We all know the North Face, an iconic outdoor brand that's built on exploration, innovation, and pushing the limits of what's possible. When they approached me to direct and photograph a campaign for their new IKB Athlete Collection, I knew this would be an incredibly special project. In this video, I'm going to take you behind the scenes of this incredible collection and share with you everything from the initial concepts to the final shots that went into producing this campaign. Hey everyone, my name's Adam. I'm a director and a photographer based in Vancouver. My role as the director of this campaign was to work with two teams, the North Face here in Canada, as well as the exclusive distributor, incredible running store locally here known as Run As You Are. For a quick little bit of context before we jump right into it, IKB, the IKB Athlete Collection, stands for International Klein Bleu. There's this French painter, some of you might have heard of him, named Yves Klein. He developed and mixed this very deep hue of the color of blue. Eventually it became known as International Klein Bleu. North Face got the rights or the license to produce a line of clothing using only this color blue, and that's the collection, that's the line that this campaign was based off of. Through multiple brainstorming sessions and iterations of initial ideas, which were around paint and using canvas in a studio in order to bring this product to life, I presented them with this treatment, an open window to freedom. In a nutshell, the overall concept that I came up with, that I'll show you slides here on screen of the final awarded treatment, was essentially taking a montage of two different scenes, A scenes being studio, more of like an editorial fashion type of look, and the B scenes, which were outside in the mountains, on the trails here in the Pacific Northwest. What we're seeing progress as we go through the montage of both of these scenes is the athlete or the talent getting ready for a run. We have a hair and makeup artist and a stylist sort of getting them dressed, getting them ready for a photo shoot, and also ready for a run at the same time. Multiple meanings, once again, creating a little bit more depth and meaning to, I guess, what could be a very simple commercial or studio shoot. The idea is that we saw them getting ready for their studio shoot, but also getting ready for the run. And so all these outdoor scenes that are spliced back and forth are actually showing us this window to freedom, right? The window being the studio and the freedom being spending time in the mountains, recreating, trail running, getting in touch with what they love most. I described the look and the feel for the client on this treatment with some visual examples from some of my favorite commercial pieces that were in a similar style, as well as some audio, music, soundtrack references, just to really paint a super clear picture of the look and the feel as a director that I was going for in this piece. Once we had the concept approved, the next step was to plan locations. We basically had two to lock down. We had a studio, which was fairly easy here in Vancouver, and we had the outdoor scenes, and locally we have access to incredible incredible mountains. So we went up to Mount Seymour behind Pump Peak to shoot most of the mountain running scenes, as well as Hyannis Point and the lower Seymour trails. From there, the next step was to assemble an incredible team. Sure, you can try to do a lot of things yourself. Most of the time when you hire specific people who are incredible at what they do, it just elevates the entire project to a level that you couldn't imagine. As the producer, I knew what budget we were working with, and I had some people in mind. Almost everyone who I thought were really, really suited for this project were similarly eagerly excited about it and ready to hop on. And so I felt really lucky to have what I saw in my mind was like the dream team for this project. Next up was scheduling the shoot. It was pretty straightforward. We did two 10-hour days, kind of standard here in the industry. The first day we spent 6-7 hours up in the Alpine Mountains, and the last 3 hours lower in the valley to get some of these cutaways and sort of the moodier, darker shots. And then on the second 10-hour day, we spent it in the studio, basically getting a lot of like the more, you know, fashiony editorial type of shots as we're in the A scenes of the video treatment. The first shoot day was all about preparation and being able to adapt to the elements. When you're working outside, especially in the mountains, you never know what kind of weather you're gonna get, what kind of light, and it was hot. It was the middle of a heat wave. We were shooting midday. We needed a lot of water. We needed to be really careful of the crew and the talent spending a ton of time outside exposed. Everyone was a super big trooper. Personally, I like that kind of thing. It's like we're all out there in the elements, living it, breathing it, and I think that comes through to be felt more authentic in the final product. In regards to lighting, on this first day, we used mostly natural light, entirely natural light for the video, and we had one strobe for some photography, just to kind of fill in some of the shadows because the sun was right above us. Quick breakdown of day 2, sort of like lighting and how it went. We were out of the sun, we were in the studio, so off the bat, it was just so much easier. We set up one main light for video and a strobe for photo overhead, just to create this super cool look that Justin and I agreed upon ahead of time. And I think that look came out really well. It was a nice, simple lighting setup. And we basically went through a shot list. We had a ton of fun in the studio. We had so much more time, and so we got to play around with like getting the talent to do some different movements. We had a bunch of fun with the paint and using brushes and mounting the camera to the brush to get a couple like POV shots, and overall super duper pumped with how these studio scenes came out. After the shoot, when it came down to post-production, Justin, the DP, took on the editing job, found some original music by an artist, KLSR. He did all the sound design, all the editing. We worked together on some revisions, sent to client, and really happy with how those turned out. I post-processed the photos as the photographer, did a bit of retouching. I wanted these to look bold and innovative. When it came down to the final look, it was really all about making this product just as visually striking and bold and punchy in real life, as you see it in real life, to make it look like that as well as on screen. Really great things can happen when you surround yourself with a good creative team and a good team from the brand side as well. Everyone from Ren As You Are and from North Face really trusted in the vision of this and gave me full reign to basically take on this project and deliver it. If you enjoyed this video and if you learned anything, please let me know, leave me a comment, and stay tuned for more videos. Thank you for watching.